So, hello everyone, my name is Sanjana. Welcome to our channel, Online Study for You. I'll be your tutor for today. Your exams are right ahead, so I thought of practicing some passages and reading comprehensions with you guys. So, let's begin with that. But before that, I would like to tell you about a special offer going on. So get 25% off on all our courses and get our latest competitive coding course worth rupees 999 free on every purchase. And there are also some gift opportunities for you guys valid from 25th of December to 31st December. Okay. So if you want, you can try our courses out and I'm sure you won't be disappointed. So let's begin with the passage. So the first passage is basically more of a data interpretation passage. So some data will be given to you in the passage. You have to note them down and then answer the following questions. So in these kind of passages, I would recommend you to prepare a table or a chart at first. In that way, it will be easier for you to solve the questions in less time. So I will explain the process. So let's begin with the passage first. Natwar Lal was a smart thief who decided to rob the three computers in a center, namely Tejas, Prithvi, and Vayu. So let's write them down, the names. Tejas, Prithvi, and Vayu. So like this, just prepare a chart or table, whatever. Okay. He robbed the computers of one of their peripherals, attacking one computer each in every month of the first quarter of the year. Now, quarter means 1/4. Okay, so a quarter of the year means 3 months of a year. So the first 3 months are January, February, and March. So he robbed each computer in a month and one of their peripherals. Okay, so that means he robbed a computer in January, another in February, and the last one in March. Natwarlal had only three tools: a screwdriver, pliers, and a wire cutter. Okay. So each month he used a different tool. So he used one for January, one for February, and another for March. Finally, his booty comprised a printer, a keyboard, and a monitor, and he was able to build his own computer system. So there are three peripherals here, which he took away from the computers: a printer, a keyboard, and a monitor. In January, Natwarlal robbed Prithvi. Now we begin with the chart. So Prithvi was robbed in January. He did not use the wire cutter in that month. That means he used one from the other two tools, that is a screwdriver and pliers. Okay, remember this. Poor Vayu lost its keyboard when pliers did the trick. So in this sentence, there are two informations given. One is Vayu lost its keyboard and by the pliers. Okay, so now coming back to the previous sentence, that is, he did not use the wire cutter in that month for Prithvi. Okay, so there was chance for a screwdriver and a plier, but the pliers were used for Vayu. So Prithvi was robbed by the use of a screwdriver. Okay, now let's move on to the next sentence. Monitor was susceptible only to the edge of the wire cutter. It means monitor was robbed by the wire cutter, by the use of the wire cutter. So March was the unlucky month for Tejas. So Tejas was robbed in the month of March. Now look here. Tejas was robbed in March. Prithvi was robbed in January. So Vayu must have been robbed in the month of February. Okay. So for Vayu, we have three informations: February, keyboard, and pliers. Now, let's look at here. There are two tools already used, screwdriver and pliers. So that means Tejas was robbed by a wire cutter, the only tool we are left with, wire cutter. And the wire cutter did its trick with the monitor, okay, because monitor was susceptible only to the edge of the wire cutter. So that means it was indeed the monitor taken away from the Tejas computer. Okay. So, and what else we are left? Yes. So we have the monitor here, we have the keyboard here, and so the last thing was taken from Prithvi, it was the printer. So see, we have organized all the information in a chart or in a table in rows, and now we will be able to easily solve the questions. Okay. See, which tool was used in Tejas? It was the wire cutter. Okay. In which month did Natwarlal acquire the keyboard? It was February. Keyboard, February. Okay. Which peripheral did Prithvi lose? Prithvi was the printer. It was the printer. Okay. The month in which the wire cutter was used, it is March. And which computer lost its monitor? It is Tejas. Okay. So here we have solved the first passage. Now let's move on to the next one. It is a long comprehension. So when we see such long comprehensions, we think that it will take a lot of time and we just laze around it. And it indeed takes a lot of time. So to save time, some of us do this thing that we read the questions and the options and then we just look for the options in the passage that we can take the correct answer. But according to me, the right trick is to first read the questions out and then read the full passage thoroughly and then look for the answers. So let's read the questions first. Only the questions, not the options, okay? Only the questions. Which of the following can be noted about the techniques used in the comedies of Shakespeare? Which of the following is seen as being used by Shakespeare as the content for his comedies? So, a technique, content for his comedies. Next question. An example of making fads of the lower class is seen in. So, we have to name a drama. And according to the passage, Shakespeare's comedies are treasured because you have to look for a reason. Okay. So here we have read all the questions. Now let's move on to the comprehension. Okay. So read the following passage and answer the questions that follow on the basis of what is stated or implied in the passage. Shakespeare is known as one of the world's greatest playwrights. He has written tragedies, histories, and sonnets. But one of Shakespeare's greatest talents was writing comedies. He used many techniques when writing a comedy, and some of these seem to be consistent throughout his comedies. One of the first techniques that should be discussed in the subject matter of Shakespeare's comedies, Shakespeare always uses love and marriage as the content for his comedies. So we had a question about techniques, right? So this is an important line. That Shakespeare always uses love and marriage as the content of his comedies. This can be seen in the comedies Much Ado About Nothing, As You Like It, A Midsummer Night's Dream, and The Taming of the Shrew, where the characters fall in love and get married. Another technique that Shakespeare incorporates into his comedies is the use of the lower class for comedy. Shakespeare tends to poke fun at the lower class and make them into fools in his comedies. Now, we had a question about the lower class, and we had to look for a name of a comedy. Okay, so look at the examples. An example of this is in Much Ado About Nothing, where Shakespeare has the Constable Dogberry or Dodgeberry and his foolish assistant Verges run around acting like they are riding horses. Another example of Shakespeare's use of the lower class for comedy is in The Taming of the Shrew. In that comedy, Shakespeare makes Petruchio's servant bumbling and incompetent. So we have the names for two comedies, Much Ado About Nothing and Taming of the Shrew. Okay, remember them. The use of eavesdropping is another very important device in Shakespeare's comedies. This technique plays a major role in Much Ado About Nothing. So we know about eavesdropping as well, where it is used to get back Benedick and Beatrice together. So Benedick and Beatrice are in Much Ado About Nothing. Okay. Also, it is used considerably in As You Like It. The last technique is one everyone knows and loves, the happy ending. Shakespeare consistently has a happy ending in his comedies. These happy endings usually involve the lovers finally getting together and getting married after they have solved the problem that had been keeping them apart. So, this is a very common thing noted in Shakespeare. Whatever you read, much ado about nothing, or As You Like It, whatever. So, this is a common thing, a happy ending. Okay, so this can be seen in Much Ado About Nothing, what I was saying, where the situation between Claudio and Hero was cleared up and they were able to marry. Also, Benedict and Beatrice were able to marry with the help of their friends who showed them how they truly felt about each other. Similar situations occur in Shakespeare's other plays, the overall result being a touching and enjoyable ending to the comedy. As it can be seen, Shakespeare was an excellent comedy writer. He used many techniques in his comedies, and often these techniques would be reused in other comedies. With such skill in writing these plays and the intuitive use of these techniques, it is no wonder why we treasure Shakespeare's comedies. Okay, so this line is also important. With such skill in writing these plays and the intuitive use of these techniques, it is no wonder why we treasure Shakespeare's comedies. So now let's go to the sentences, the questions. Which of the following can be noted about the techniques used in the comedies of Shakespeare? They were examples of works that used only a few characters, which is wrong. It was not written in the passage, or even if you have read Shakespeare, you can see that there are a lot of characters in Much Ado About Nothing, or As You Like It, or The Comedy of Errors. So this is a wrong statement. They were consistently employed in all his plays. The techniques were never the techniques were never repeated in his works. This is also not true, and none of the above. So this, I guess, is right. They were consistently employed in all his plays. Next, which of the following is seen as being used by Shakespeare as the content for his comedies? Love and marriage, love in marriage, marriage for love. So we know already it was love and marriage, which happened with Claudio and Hero and Benedict and Beatrice. It was in the passage. An example of making fads of the lower class is seen in, so there were two names. One was Much Ado About Nothing, and one was the Taming of the Shrew. Okay, see, there is it. Taming of the Shrew and Much Ado About Nothing. So in the options, there is one from the two, Much Ado About Nothing. This will be the answers. According to the passage, Shakespeare's comedies are treasured because they use the concept of eavesdropping. They were also used in his histories, not written. The ending of the comedy was generally touching. It was touching, but not written in the passage we are given. Of the intuitive use of the techniques in his comedies, this was the last line we ended the passage with. So this will be our answer. Okay, so we have finished our two passages for today. I wish you guys all the very best for your exams and, break a leg. Bye bye.